Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Jimmy Dore Show. I'm here with the miserable liberal and Ron Placone.
Howdy, howdy.
I'm miserable.
So, we've talked about the media's reporting of the Russia hacked our election thing. And they reported it as badly as they reported the run-up to the Iraq War. So, very uncritical, accepting the CIA's, a word on things, and just horrible. Just whatever the establishment wants, the media will scream it as loud as they can. And so get this. Here's a guy. So John Ostrower tweeted out, "Scoop, an unarmed Russian Air Force jet overflies the Pentagon, the Capitol, CIA." What? Are you kidding me? An unarmed Russian Air Force jet is flying over Washington, D.C.? That's from who's this guy? Who's telling us this?
He's a CNN
He's
guy.
a CNN aviation editor and Wall Street Journal and Flight Global alum. So he's really, and he says it's a scoop. There's an unarmed, what the F? What? So, and he links to a story that if you read it, it says, unarmed Russian Air Force jet overflies the Pentagon, Capitol, and CIA. What? Isn't that crazy? That made me click immediately, and I started reading, and it says an unarmed Russian Air Force aircraft overflew the U.S. Capitol, the Pentagon, the Central Intelligence Agency, and the Joint Base Andrews at low altitude on Wednesday. This is last Wednesday. Isn't this unbelievable? Except there's another, that paragraph isn't over. Here's the rest of that paragraph. As part of a long-standing treaty that allows the militaries of the United States and Russia to observe the other from the air, according to two people familiar with the flight. So there was a guy, works for CNN, scoop. You've got a scoop on normal things that are happening as part of a treaty. And what is that treaty? The flight was part of the Treaty on Open Skies, the Open Skies Treaty, which allows military aircraft from the United States and Russia and other nations to fly aerial observation flights to observe military sites of the 34 signatory nations. So let's remember, before Hillary Clinton lost to Donald Trump, we were working with the Russians. Barack Obama admonished Mitt Romney for saying that Russia was our number one geopolitical foe. He said, you should go, your foreign policy is stuck in the 80s. So we have this open skies agreement where their Russian jets are allowed to fly over our capital, our military bases. Isn't that something? They're going to be flying over where Trump's on vacation next week. That's true. The Russian Air Force Tupolev Tu-154 on Wednesday afternoon passed at around 3,700 feet over downtown Washington and Joint Base Andrews in Maryland, where Air Force One is based. Air Force One is based. They flew over where Air Force One is based, according to tracking website Flight Radar 24. A second flight by the same jet is planned for between 5 and 6 p.m. Wednesday, when the Russian jet will fly over Bedminster, New Jersey, where President Donald Trump is vacationing, according to two people familiar with the U.S. government-approved flight. Wait a minute. I thought we're supposed to be almost at war with Russia. We just sanctioned them, and you're letting their military jets to fly over the Pentagon, the CIA, where the president is vacationing, over where Air Force One is called. I think someone must be a Putin puppet who allows this to happen. Who was that Putin puppet? George Bush and Dick Cheney. Oh. A law enforcement source told CNN that the plane also overflew Camp David, the presidential retreat in the Catoctin Mountains, the Trump National Golf Course in Virginia, and Mount Weather, one of the U.S. government's secret relocation bunkers. Turns out not so secret anymore, if I know where it is. It's at Mount Weather. Not so secret. We're going to the secret bunker at Mount Weather. Where is it? Shh.
I'll give you a hint, though.
I'll give you a hint where the Mount Weather bunker is. Somewhere around Mount Weather. There's more to this. The Open Skies Treaty has been in effect since 2002. George Bush, Dick Cheney. Putin puppet. Scoop! And over 1,200 flights have been conducted since, which contributes to verification of compliance with arms control agreements, according to the U.S. Defense Threat Reduction Agency. So this is something completely unbelievably normal happening. By the way, it does kind of rip into all that fear-mongering that the mainstream news media, the Democrats, the establishment, CNN, MSNBC, Wall Street Journal, New York Times, Washington Post, they've all been doing over Russia. There's a Russian around every corner, under every bed. They've got Bernie Sanders as a Russian stooge. All the people who voted for him were under the influence of Russia. They've somehow mastered Facebook. Russians are just doing everything. There's people saying Russians are behind the Charlottesville. And now we have the CNN expert on aviation tweeting out, scoop. I have a scoop. This thing that's been going on for 15 years, almost 2 decades, that was signed by George. That thing, we've over 1,200 times has happened. Yeah, it's happening again. Scoop.
And it's a xenophobic article. Too,
Yes.
Because is it a scoop when Belarus or Belgium or Bosnia or Bulgaria or Canada or Croatia or the Czech Republic or Denmark or Estonia or Finland or France or the Republic of Georgia or Germany, these are all in it too?
Right.
Is it a scoop when they fly over? Iceland, Italy, the United Kingdom?
I'm going to guess no.
Yeah, me too.
It's a scoop when Russia does it because of what you said. It's a xenophobia clickbait.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that is. That's what the goddamn media does now. They're fucking all as shitty as Fox News. At any given moment, they all have the ability to be as shitty as shit can be. At any given moment. And if you can still watch Rachel Maddow with a straight face, I feel sorry for those people. If you can watch that show when it doesn't turn your stomach, well, you're being propagandized. Because as you all know, gay people are nice no matter what. They're always honest. They never lie. It goes on. United States Air Force personnel were on the flight. And the aircraft is capable of a variety of intelligence gathering, one of the people said. So let's just go back to Mr. Scoopsy. John Ostrower, CNN aviation editor.
More like John Propaganda Thrower. Am I right?
Exactly.
Change that. Gotta
You're
change
right.
that up.
You were right.
Scoop. Unarmed Russian Air Force jet overflies Pentagon. Wow. That would scare if I was one of these people buying into this Russia propaganda stuff that the media is pushing, the Democrats are pushing, the establishment is pushing, the neocons are pushing, everyone's pushing. If I were buying into that, I would have flipped out at that. I would be like, holy F. And then you click on the story and you read it, and you're like, oh, John Ostrower, not so much of an expert on anything except scaring the shit out of people. Way to go, John. You scared a lot of people with that. Nice work. Nice work. So again, if you do shit like this at the behest of the establishment, there's never a punishment. There's never a price to pay, ever. But you report something they don't want reported, and they will come after you. And they will come after you.
I'm surprised he didn't have a subtitle that says, speculation says it's heading for Jill Stein's house for a party.
Really, this isn't a scoop. This turns out just to be poop.
Oh, scoop is poop, says the miserable lib. He even has a picture of it. It's so official. So there you go. Great job, John, CNN aviation editor. He also says he's a new dad, chaser of things that fly, unapologetic geek. You're also an unapologetic propagandist, scaremongerer. How about that? So everybody could send him an email. Tell him he asked you to send him an email. john.ostrower@cnn.com.
Tell him you saw a plane.
I saw another plane. I'm going to email him and ask him if he's going to apologize for that tweet. I'll see what he says. I wonder if he'll email me back. Maybe he will.
I'm going to go to LAX and be like, I saw an Italian aircraft. Wasn't armed. Then I saw a British one. Then I saw a Japanese one. I have so many scoops. You got to hire me.
I saw a Korean jet. I don't know which north or south.
I don't know where they were going.
Okay, way to go. And you wonder why, I mean, if does that make anyone think anything? I can't. Oh, by the way, 430 retweets. 430 retweets. I don't know if you can see that on the screen. 430 retweets. Look at that. People are like, yeah, Russia, fuck, we're being invaded. Yeah. And you wonder why people get their news from YouTube. You wonder. We'll see you August 16th. That's this Wednesday in Burbank, California for a live Jimmy Dore show. Hey, everybody, the next live Jimmy Dore show is August 16th. That's a Wednesday. New time, 9 p.m. 9 p.m. show. 9 p.m. show, August 16th in Burbank, California. Get your tickets right there or at jimmydorecomedy.com.